everybody. It's your girl Pam with 2200 Taps. Hey, listen. This episode is going to be unique and so outside the box than we usually do, and that's actually really cool. So stick with us, because today I'm not going to be known as Pam with 2200 Taps. I'm going to be known as Icebox, and there's a reason behind that. Because my next guest, we went to high school together. We've known each other for, I would even venture to say, dude. 20,
Don't
20,
say how old I am, because I will say everything about you. Just kidding.
Okay. Well,
For a long time.
It's been a long time. I'm actually going to go to the gallery view. So you guys aren't going to be able to see here. I am recording video and audio. However, we are protecting her image, her identity, and all that fun stuff. And I know a crap ton of people, so good guess on trying to figure out who this is. But she is going to be going by the name of Powerhouse today. And those closest to us might figure it out, but maybe they won't. I don't know. We'll see. But again, my name is Icebox. I am joined right now with Powerhouse. And today's episode is going to be fun. And it's going to be legit, because I have to get this off my chest. I put a filler out there on FaceSpace. If anybody has ever quit their job because they knew it wasn't a good fit or for whatever reason, and if anybody would want to jump on, and Powerhouse was like, hell yeah. So the topic for today's discussion is when you're working in a field that you hate, and there, I think, what did you say, Powerhouse? You are in the education field, correct?
Yes. So basically, I love teaching. It's just the bureaucracy of it. And when I want to leave because of family stuff comes up, I can't. Because if I do, I lose my certification. They'll put a hold on my certification.
What do you mean?
I can't teach for a year.
What do you mean, like, if you wanted to? I guess we're just jumping right in. But hey, thanks for joining us tonight. Like I said, real quick, I've known her for freaking years. She's been family to me, her parents. We all grew up together, and she is one of the only few people in my life that has actually seen me in a dress. So we're going to stop with that.
That was fun. That's for another podcast.
It is for another, yeah. Yeah, although my mom is like so quick to pull out my ballerina uniform with a tutu.
I still have that picture, actually.
You have a picture?
Yep.
Where the hell did you get the picture? Why do you have a picture?
We took a picture together.
Oh, when we were,
and that thing that you probably don't love it. Yeah.
Prom. No, we could talk about prom, because they don't know when I went to prom. They don't even know how long I was in high school for. I mean, you never know.
We saw Suzette, remember?
Selena's sister?
Yeah.
I don't
At
really?
the same place. Yes.
Dude, how do you remember that? I have the mind of a goldfish, so you have to forgive me.
I guess it's because the old age in me.
Although we are from Corpus, so I do believe that, because Suzette was very much, I mean, Q Productions is right down the street from our high school. Mm-hmm. Anyways, before we get too we'll talk about that when we're done. How about that? We'll just kind of regroup it and all that fun stuff. So, like I was saying, so tell me about this, back to being an educator in the education system. What do you mean if you take time off, you could potentially lose your certification? What does that mean?
Well, if I were to quit, not time off, I have 10 days by state law, local, whatever. We have 10 days to make it our own. But if we were to quit in the middle of the year, they can hold our license so we can't teach for a year.
What?
It's a contract. We signed a contract.
So
yes.
What if you, okay, because my mom's a teacher, so I have a question. What if you sign your contract and you get paid for, you can either get paid, correct me if I'm wrong, you can get paid for, where you can still get paid through the summer, or you can get paid where it's just the school year, correct?
I'm sorry, you were broken up.
I'm not breaking up. I'm right here.
I know, but you were saying you sound like a robot.
It's not my internet that's messed up. It's yours. Stop.
I got the perfect internet. What you talking about?
Oh my God. Anywho, no, because with teachers, there's a contract, at least for payment, right? Where you can opt to get paid 12 months out of the year or 9 months out of the year. Is that correct?
Yes, they give you the option when you first get hired.
So if you sign a contract for 12 months and you quit within your 12 months, can they still, I mean, is that even possible?
It doesn't even matter.
Because it
doesn't matter, because when you sign the contract, you're signing the contract for the school year. So if you quit in the middle of the year, without good cause, I'm going to put in quotation marks, good cause,
Mhm.
they can hold your certification.
And why is that not a good thing for those that are not familiar with the
Well,
obvious?
it's good if you want to, for you have stability for a year. You have a job for a year because they can just fire you just like that. They have to have good cause also for your termination.
Huh.
But in the long run,
Should have been a
like
teacher.
like say a family gets sick and you need to go and take off or whatever, and you need just like things happen in life.
Mm.
Something happens, you
Yeah.
can't work anymore. Because you got to take care of your stuff.
Right.
Well, you can't quit. They won't. They won't. You have to ask permission to be released from your contract. And
Mm.
if the school board does not release you and you quit anyway, they have the right to go to the TEA and hold your certification.
TEA, that's for the state of Texas, right?
Yes.
Okay. So every state's different as far as
Yeah,
that
every state's
acronym.
different. This is just for TEA.
Yo.
Yeah, and I didn't realize like how much binding and like that contract is, but I read the fine print. There's three things that they can say is good cause. Um, one of them is you leave the city or whatever. Okay, they can release you from the contract. Say if I move from where I'm at now to Arizona or whatever. All right. Another one is if my family needs have changed. And
If you're
I
what?
need
Your
it.
family
My
what?
family needs have changed, and
Oh,
I need to relocate, or I need to take care of my family closer to home.
got it. Got it.
So I know someone who is trying to do that, but they were told, "Oh, we have FMLA." But the thing with FMLA is, you don't get paid.
Which is what? What is that? No, not everybody knows that.
Family medical leave of absence.
Okay, cool. So acronyms, I'm horrible with. Unless they're military acronyms, I have no clue what they mean. So family medical, what?
Leave of absence.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, totally. Okay.
Yeah, they'll let me give you time off, but I won't get paid off. But you will not get paid.
What?
There's some districts that do not pay for FMLA.
Dude, and
So
y'all don't already
why?
get paid enough. God dang.
Yeah, exactly. And and talk about that too. A lot of our teachers are quitting. We have I don't know how many teachers quitting in every left and right in every district I could think of. There's a lot of teachers leaving. I know right now. I'm not going to say where, but there's so many vacancies that the teachers are doing triple duty stuff. Even administrators are doing triple duty stuff.
I've heard, especially during COVID, when COVID hit, that was like, because like I said, my mom's a teacher. I've got like a ton of friends that are teachers, a lot of loved ones, and just the additional overnight adaptation as a teacher, not to mention students and kids. That's a completely different topic, and I want to acknowledge that that was horrible for students and kids because I was a student
Yeah.
during that. So I don't want to leave them out on this conversation, but the teachers more specifically, holy crap, the adjustment, everyone was learning together. They couldn't see their students' faces, or their kids were so small. They were in elementary or kinder, or like it was nuts. And the paycheck didn't change. The
Nope.
demand got way heavier and harder. So let me ask you that. With that, because you're a teacher, did you feel that? I don't want to put words in your mouth, but did you experience that?
I actually loved it.
Oh shit! Of course, you would love it.
Well, I'm
That's why
like,
she's
you know how I am
Powerhouse.
with technology. I love technology. I'm like, okay, cool. I feel like I was the
You
Matrix
are
at
not
one point.
helping this conversation.
I'm sorry. You asked for my input. That's my
I'm
input.
just
Yes, I
kidding.
had teacher friends that didn't like it, but they would call me, "Hey, Powerhouse, how did you do this and this and this?" Oh, it's because of this. I love helping other teachers,
Yeah,
other educators
that's good.
learn and grow. So I did have my computer monitor. I had another monitor. I feel like I was the Matrix in handling all this stuff, all the different types of class meets I had to do, and all. It was like, I guess because it was exciting and challenging,
Yeah,
and I overcame it, and that's why I liked it.
and that's why you're Powerhouse.
And yep, and then I actually love waking up 30 minutes before class starts, and I don't have to really get dressed. I could just have a nice top, put my hair up, and
Yo,
I'm good.
the truth comes out.
It was nice to wear no shoes for that whole entire time that I was working from home.
glad you said no shoes. I didn't know where you're going with that.
Yes,
Because teachers,
I don't think people want me to walk around, whatever you were
in
thinking.
your birthday suit?
Oh no, I'll never do that because you got to stand up to get some stuff, right? You don't want no kids seeing your underwear or your butt,
I mean, it's happened. It wouldn't be the first time.
but it won't happen with me.
Well, getting back to it, right? So it's like you have issues or you have X, Y, and Z, and it's like you want to quit. Let me just put it this way: what if it were a
Mhm.
toxic environment, harassment,
Nah,
this, that, and the other? You want to quit?
why do you think we have teacher union?
I don't know shit about teacher unions. I know nothing. Like my mom's a teacher, and that's about it. And
There's
her
several
workload is
unions that
intense.
there's several unions that teachers get picked from or whatnot. But I want to give a shout out to AFT. They have helped me through so much. 'Cause I kind of went through a lot of crap through the other district that I was at.
Who's AFT?
It's American Federation for Teachers, a teacher union.
It's a national union.
Yeah, it's an actual union, teacher union.
Woo! Okay.
Yes. It's like $50 a paycheck, but still, it's really good.
AFT.
Yep. And all I
Jesus.
know is that when I needed them, they helped provide a lawyer to help me get out of my contract because of the situation I was in.
Dude, I needed
And
a
I can't
lawyer.
go into details for that, but
Well, honestly, if you
no,
did, I would stop you because the less I know, the better. And I don't
yeah.
want to subject our listeners to anything that could get them,
It's just
in a
I really
courtroom.
appreciate AFT and helping guiding the teachers of knowing their rights
That's awesome.
and fighting for us as teachers. I really do appreciate it.
That's
But there
good.
are some battles that so they cannot really fight, and they'll tell you straight up, no, you have to go stick with it.
Yeah. Unfortunately, that's the case for a lot of things.
Yeah, but it
So,
is harder for teachers just to quit.
so what was that like when your hands are tied? What did that feel like for you? I mean, or just knowing that you can't pull out of your contract, or they could hold your certification, because that's the whole point of why I wanted to bring you on. It's like, what the hell what does that to you? Or teachers?
It's frustrating, and you're pretty much putting a risk on your livelihood if you do decide to leave. And if you're lucky that they didn't report you, you're lucky. But it's also scary. Like, what if you're not that lucky? Because I know several teachers who just up and quit, and they have their certification still, but there's some that they took, they held,
The
and I
dis
don't know what.
the
Yeah,
district?
yes. So I don't know. I don't know the whole background of everything, but it's like hit or miss type of deal. That's what I feel like.
Got it.
I feel like I put in a lot of time and energy to help everybody, but when I need it, it's not given
Mhm.
back.
Well, let me ask you this without going into too much detail, because it's your business, not ours. Especially
Hmm.
not 33 countries worth of people ours. Um, what is driving you to quit? What are
I
some contributing factors, I should say?
family. Um,
Okay,
I'm coming home way too tired, too frustrated to handle what I need to take care of for my family at home.
got it.
I work so far. It takes me an hour to get to work and an hour to come back with traffic. So I have a
Jesus.
lot of dedication like there just to go and come back and then to deal with, the students' behaviors and then all the paperwork, lesson plans covering up another teacher who decided just to up and leave for no reason at all, just up and leave.
Mhm.
And I feel bad for these kids. They had a messed up 2 years because of COVID, and then they have sometimes they feel abandoned.
Yeah.
These teachers leaving, and I feel bad for them. And yeah, I want to quit, and it's gonna hurt them, but at the same time, I'm losing my sanity, and I need to be here for my family. I feel like it's taking a lot of me out of work than for me to take care of what I need to take care of at home.
So, are you hoping to honor your contract, get out of where you're at, and potentially find work in a different district or somewhere else down the road? Or what are your hopes?
I plan to just take care of my family and see what happens.
Like, yeah.
I'm blessed to have a supportive husband,
Who
and
took your last name, right? Did he take it?
we're still, yeah, yes. I have
Freaking
a good one.
powerhouse, dude.
I have a good one. I have a really good one.
I remember, y'all, to my listeners, I remember when she was getting married and she's like, I think my mom was with us and you were like, yeah, and I'm going to make him take my last name. And we're like, what? You're like, yeah, he's taking my last name.
But
Like,
you know what? There's a thing for
wow.
that. There's a thing for that. He didn't want my girls that he took over, that he helped raise,
Yeah.
to have different last name than me. Because it's easier to change his last name than mine and all of them.
You don't hear that, man. That's incredible. You don't hear that. So shout out to your hubby for that because
Yeah.
that's so different, which we like
He's a
different.
lot smarter than me. He puts me on my toes.
Well, real quick, I want to piggyback real quick off of what you just said about taking time off to be with your family and see what happens, right?
Hmm.
How much weight do you feel is lifted off your shoulders now that you've made that choice to do that, knowing that that's coming? How much weight does
Um,
that, like, that you don't have to spend two
very,
hours in the car anymore a day and stuff?
I see the light, but there's still a lot of work to be done. And I know there's like 12 or 12, 11, 12 more weeks of school left. And it's still a lot.
Are you scared?
No, I'm not scared. I mean, because, if I could go through what I went through with the first district that I worked at,
Mm-hmm.
I was able to go through it and I came out better at the end. Because the people here that I work with, they're family to me. I do have a work family. And it's like bittersweet moment because I don't want to lose seeing them. We always held each other back, especially in our little departments, the little BDs that we have. We're family. We help each other out.
Yeah.
It's just sad that the higher ups, the state, the district, they want to trigger. It's all about money.
It's a business.
I know.
Um, excuse me. Let me ask you this before it leaves my goldfish memory.
It's cool.
It's bad, dude. It's like, it's just not good. Um, oh crap! What the hell was I gonna say? See, it just left. Let me get it back. Hang on. Brrr, rewind. Um. Ugh. Okay, that's what I was gonna ask. When you are at your crossroads,
Uh huh.
when you have to make that choice. Do I stay? Do I go?
Mhm.
Let's take it back to the first district. It sounded like you had some stuff there, right?
Mhm.
Were you married at the time?
No.
Okay, so you're doing life with your girls.
Mhm.
How did you make that choice? Because there's people there, and it happened to me today, and we're going to get to my story here in a second. That's why we're doing this.
It.
To make the choice, like, you know what? I need to do this, and I'm scared, but I'm going to do it. What was your, okay, that come to Jesus moment, if you will, to make you choose to do that?
Well, I was with my boyfriend then, husband now. Back then, he actually helped me, guide me through that,
So he guided
which is
you?
why I married him. Okay.
So a support unit is what you're getting at.
Yeah, but I was depressed when everything happened. I went through a lot of depression.
Because why?
Single mom, not working.
Yeah, it's scary.
And then that fear of, am I ever going to find a job? Because after all these no's, every job you're trying to apply for, no, 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 no. Not even the same hometown. Like, okay, so what I have to step due to a lower level paying job with a degree, I have a master's degree. But luckily, everything lined up to where I had to move. And I moved, I got that job, like, and it just all worked out. So I am a strong believer where one door shuts, another one will open if you're patient enough. But
So,
you do need that support.
yeah.
And my mom was there. You know how my mom is. She can't help out financially, but she was there to help me with the girls. And luckily I had a friend when I had to move. I had a really good friend let me stay with her while I make the adjustment to find a place for the girls in a whole different city and move them to school and then doing all that change.
So you had help.
Yes.
Now, I know there's some listeners out there saying, well, she had help. I don't have help. You chose to accept the help.
Yes.
You didn't have to accept it as a single mom. You could have been like, I have a master's degree. I've got pride. I've got this. I'll do it. I'll do it. I'll do it. And just be so run down that it just never happens. Like a lot of us do, myself included. So I guess the takeaway is surround yourself with people that are going to support you emotionally. Yes. Maybe not so much financially, or maybe you have to do it financially for a hot minute, but you know,
I didn't allow them to do it financially, but emotionally and to get my feet on the ground, yes.
Yeah. Well,
my husband helped financially though.
Sometimes, look, and it's not because it's like we're taking advantage of anybody, because that's the first thought, right? If you come in an agreement with somebody who's willing to help you financially just for that moment, come to an agreement. Hey, man, I'll pay you back. I will do this. I will scrub toilets. I don't care. I will make sure that I take care of you when I'm back on my feet. That's okay. That is okay. I've done it. I've been the one to ask, and I've been the one to give. And as long as you come back to that agreement, you're going to be okay.
Yes.
It's a balance. So it's
called resilience also. There's one thing I told my teachers. That's one thing I've always told my students, is I do a lot of resilience talk with my students. And I actually have a poster of 3 roller coasters. One of them has support beams, the other 2 don't. And then I asked them, what's the difference? The ones without support, you crash. But if you have that support, you can become successful. It's just how you choose it and don't overuse it.
Choose it, don't overuse it. I love that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the reason thank you for that, by the way. The reason I needed to get on a podcast pretty immediately, I walked through the door, I put a space post on, and you're the first one to jump on. I'm like, let's go. I lost my job in September. I haven't been working since. Thankfully, I've been okay. And I recently got a job with a buddy of mine who's a nurse here in the North Texas system. I'm like, yeah, dude, I'll do it. If you need help, I'll do it. It was for an overnight gig. 3 12-hour shifts, whatever. The onboarding process has been a nightmare, a complete nightmare. And I started this week, and today was my first overnight gig, and I quit an hour before I was supposed to go to work. So
tell me more about that.
Yeah, well, I had a come to Jesus moment because I've been kicking and screaming this entire time because the onboarding process has been a complete shit show. It has been difficult. It has been awful. And I've talked to a few nurses around the North Texas health family, whatever you want to call it, various hospitals, and they're like, yeah, it's not good when you're dealing with that particular, agency or whatever you want to call it. So today I was just, driving, and I'm like, my mom called and I start crying. I'm like, I don't want to fucking do this. I don't want to do it. I did the modules that I needed to do. And I went to orientation, and they're talking to me like I know what I'm talking about or doing in medical jargon, which I know, which is funny because I know a lot just from being a patient, if that tells you how much I've always been injured or hurt.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, So I know quite a bit of jargon, but they're looking at me like they're trusting me with this. And I'm like, dude, I did not feel comfortable. I thought this was going to be an easy in. I had an in. They're like, it's going to be an easy cakewalk job, whatever. And it's on the surgical oncology floor. And I'm just like, dude, man, do I really, really want to subject myself to the same shit that got me jacked up mentally in the first place? Dealing with patients, dealing with people dying, dealing with screams, dealing with who God knows who, what, And I don't have a passion in healthcare. I have a passion in this, in my podcast and content creation and everything. And I felt like I've been leaning into like God and everything. And whether you're a believer or not, that's totally fine with me. I'm not trying to push it on anybody, but it's like, I'm reading the book of Job right now. And it's like, that dude lost everything, but he was still faithful. He was still faithful. And he lost everything, and he was still faithful to God. And at the very end, he was rewarded. And I questioned, like, why am I going through this? Why am I doing this? And every time I thought I was in control of my career, which I have been, something always falls apart at the seams. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to be obedient and listen, like, you know what? He's got me. And I have to lean into this. I have to trust him. I'm going to be okay for another few months without a job, but I'm going to be busting my ass. So the whole point was I had to call my manager literally an hour before I was supposed to show up. I'm like, hey, across the street from the hospital, about to drop a bomb on you, but I'm not working here. I'm like, I'm going to be the biggest a-hole ever. I'm like, and there's a sign-on bonus. I'm like, I need to do it now before I get the sign-on bonus, and then I got to pay back.
Has to, yeah.
So
That's how they get you.
well, I was like, I could do this. I was so like, sure. I was so sure. I was like, I can do this. Let me work there a year. That way I don't have to pay it back, and I'm done. Or let me just give it a couple weeks, and I'm done. I'll save it. That way when I quit, I was already planning my out before I even got in. Isn't that messed up?
And that's what we're contemplating that's what I was contemplating last year.
Yeah.
Because, it was all fun last year, like doing the virtual stuff or whatnot. And I'm like, okay, maybe I should just quit and wait for something closer to home. This is my gut feeling. Because this year has been a shit show, as you say.
Yeah.
But how you went to, your religion and everything like that, I was kind of like contemplating if I should or not because I didn't know what I could say or not say. But going back to my first district, I can literally remember how me and my husband have our same birthday together. We had the same birthday.
I didn't know that. Okay, why didn't I remember?
We had the same birthday. So we came out of town to where we live at now for, and just chilled out before my interview. I remember sitting outside the pool, listening to Mendista's Overcame, or whatever. Yes, Overcomer.
Yeah.
And I just let it all go. Give it all to God, whatever happens.
Yeah.
Got it back to the room, took a shower, got dressed, went to the interview, went back to a hometown, and got the call the next morning. And the job that I had started that time, I quit right there and then. And I came with just a bag of clothes. That's it. Signed the paperwork, started working the following day.
Dude.
And it's been great for the past 7 years.
7 years?
7 years.
Wow. That's awesome.
And that's why it's kind of hurting because somebody's telling me to come closer to home. I need to be close to home. I need to work somewhere close to home.
Yeah, well,
whatever that is, I don't know.
You got your stuff going on, and we talked about that before we hit record.
Yeah, so
God,
it's good that you're doing what you're doing because you don't want to say, "Oh, I should have," because you know you.
Yeah.
You know you, and you know your worth.
Yeah.
As long as you know your worth and you have faith in God, you're good.
Mm-hmm.
And you have people around you to help you.
It is. And I think besides the onboarding process being such a pain in the ass, and believe me, this was way worse than when I was enlisting in the Coast Guard. This shit was a pain in the ass. I got home and I parked the car and I'm just like, you know how cruel that could have been to establish relationships with these patients on a surgical oncology floor and maybe bring hope to them and just like walk away from them or, try to, I don't know. I just feel like an asshole. These people might not be here tomorrow. I don't know what
Your heart wasn't in it.
Huh?
Your heart's not in it. You should do it. If anything, do what you're passionate about. You're doing this right now. Make money off of it. Live off of it. You're doing a great job. But what I see, you're doing an awesome job.
Thank you. I plan to make revenue off of different things. The podcast, I haven't made a penny off the podcast, and I don't want to make a penny because these are people's stories, and I want to stay true to that. But I am working on stuff, and I will make a living off of this, whatever this is. Maybe not the podcast, but whatever is in my plans. And to be honest with you, I have been applying. And how crazy is that? I've been applying to more jobs ever since I got this one, lined up. Because I knew I wasn't going to be in it. My heart's not in it. And dude, if my heart's not in it, it's literally do or die for your girl right now.
Yeah.
It's do or die. And lesson learned, my lesson learned, I need to stop controlling my. I need to just stop controlling shit. Like, I've been really good at letting go a lot of stuff, but when it comes to my career, I always want to be in control because I can already see what's going to happen. And fortune tell, which is like the worst thing ever. It's just dumb.
Yeah.
And it's arrogant, and I'll call myself out on it, you know? And here I am, like, okay, God, I am leaning into you really hard. I will bust my ass. I'll do whatever I got to do to get some kind of work in my profession in this field. Doing this. This is what I love. Freaking love it. I mean, because look who I'm working with. Nobody.
Yeah.
Nobody.
Yeah.
There's no people. I love it. And I can control it the way I want to control it. We can have these really cool conversations and we can push it out to people who need to hear it because guess what? I'm hurting tonight, but not like I was when I got let go of my other job in September. That just straight up. And I feel like that's why you're struggling too because when you said that, I'm like, I get it. It feels like a breakup.
Yes,
It
exactly.
feels like a damn breakup.
Yep.
You're just like, I've been in this so long. I've invested so much and now it's done. Wow.
Yep.
By choice or not by choice. Either way, it's a freaking breakup.
Well, this was by choice, and it's just sad. I know how I'm gonna feel. I don't know how I'm gonna feel when the last day of school hits. I'm gonna be like so sad. I won't be able to drive the same parking lot I've been driving up in for the past 7 years. See the same people, and they calling out my name. What's really
Yeah.
getting me is the students. The students I have right now, I can't leave them. I've known them since they were little kids, and now they're going to go off into the real world. And I have them in my classes for like years, certain different classes every so often, and then I see
Yeah.
them, and it's like they were like little cutie babies, and now they're grown ups. And that's like, and then they, oh, Miss, what's up? Da, 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 da. And they all know about my football days.
Oh yeah. Time out. Yeah, so Powerhouse. You guys think we're kidding when she used to play tackle football. And I actually saw you when you came up to my location one time. It was great.
It was funny.
Yeah,
we didn't know how to play anything.
No, I remember that. I'm like, wow, she's really playing tackle football.
Yeah, with my knees hurting, my back hurting, but I still did it.
It's like geriatric football.
I feel very geriatric right now.
You got your insure on the sidelines and shit.
Or Bengay or whatever.
You watch your dentures from flying
walkers.
out. Dude, Bengay's not for old people. I use CBD, but still.
Well, you are old.
I know. You see this gray? Holy crap! Look at this crap. Woo! Dude, I am gray.
You know what the grays mean, right?
What?
We're wiser. We're mature. We're seasoned. Just like pepper and salt. I just don't know. I don't know. I'm just talking nonsense.
Let's just put it this way. I have way more pepper than salt. FYI. But
I have a whole lot of salt right now, especially in my crown. I got my crown jewels.
Oh my God. Not like Chica. Chica's all white.
Hey, don't bring Chica into it because you know how she's gonna get. But she colors it blonde to hide it.
Oh my God. Oh my God. So my listeners, if you're following, yeah, that's all we're gonna say about friends' names because we want to keep this anonymous. Oh my God. So yeah, we won't take up too much more time. Like I said, the whole purpose of this episode was to share our stories because God dang, man, like this sucks. Like I barely had this job for a whopping 72 hours and still sucks. So
I must say this though, before you decide to full on quit, have a backup plan.
Have a backup plan. I formally quit tonight.
I know you already quit, but
I got no backup plan.
People. I'm
just kidding.
Shut up and let me talk, all right? For my 2 cents, I'm putting my 2 cents.
Okay, I'll shut up. Go ahead.
Have a backup plan. If you have that support system to work, because I had to figure out financially if we could afford it. Mm-hmm. And that's what the other thing was hurting from the last time. I had savings. I had money saved up, but I was gonna replenish it with less than a year, and that's what I was worried about. Could I find a job within the time my savings went out?
Dude, that's exactly what I did. It's exactly why I took this job. Dude, but we did go to the same high school, so I guess we learned something. School of hard knocks. You gotta do what you gotta do, right?
Nah, yeah. That's why we learned so much of that that
That
school.
freaking school. We used to skip, and our teachers would. Yeah, we're gonna go get tacos. Go get me some.
Oh, I thought it was boatnet.
It was Palenque. It was Palenque. We would
For
skip
y'all
school.
was that.
I got caught skipping my senior year though. My mom caught me, of all people. She made me go apologize to my teacher.
Well, I was
It
goody two shoes. I
was
never
brutal.
skipped. What are you talking about? I
Bullshit.
never skipped.
What?
You know who my dad was?
Oh, I'm thinking you hung out with us like the hot girls. We always skipped.
The hot girls. We always stayed.
Oh, you weren't there. You had already graduated.
Yeah, I already had graduated.
Because you're
remember?
older than me. That's why you're a lot wiser than I am.
Yes. Yes.
Mm. Yeah, we need to. We're gonna definitely catch up after we get off. Oh my god. Well,
Yeah,
look.
but
Yeah, do you have any parting words before we hang up with our listeners? And if you're still with us, thank you, because we're just two friends catching up and Hot Mess Express over here. So
I just think just know your worth. You don't have to stay at a job that doesn't appreciate what you can give and offer. If you have so much worth, don't belittle. Don't let them belittle you, make you smaller, because you are worth way much more. And find someone else. It's like you said, it's a breakup. You don't want to stay in a bad relationship. Just go find something better.
ugh. I couldn't even make it on the first date. Ugh.
You couldn't even get past whole base. Second, first base.
Talking about, I didn't even get to the first date. There are no foreplay involved. Hell no.
Oh, it stunk that bad.
What?
It stunk that bad.
Yeah, the date stunk. It was gross. It's horrible. But yeah, guys, no. In all seriousness, if you stuck with us, if you stuck with us, what's the past tense? You
Stick with
stayed.
us.
Holy
Stayed with
crap!
us. I'm listening to you too much.
Whoa, my Mexican came out. Holy shit. If you've stayed with us this entire time, thank you. And in all seriousness, I think what we both want to leave with you guys is don't stay in a toxic relationship, whether it's intimate or professional or even spiritual. Hell, let's talk about that, right? Even a spiritual relationship, if you're not finding what you're getting, if you're not finding what you want in spirituality, find somewhere else, seek somewhere else, go get some help. But at the end of the day, you've got to have your support unit. You've got to put your pride down. You don't have to do anything. It's a choice. But choose to put your pride down. Choose to get help. Choose to swallow that pride just for a moment to help get you and your family back on your feet if you have to. So with that, I'm feeling a lot better about this.
Good.
Man.
See, I always bring that out of you.
What?
I always bring the good out of you.
Eh. You better stop it.
She's all smiley from grin to grin with those rosy cheeks. Just
You
kidding.
say that, but you guys used to call me, what the hell did y'all call me in high school? Changa?
Changa.
Because I was so
we
hairy.
used to call you Changa. That you remember?
Yeah. No, because I was, and when we were-
Especially with the dress going through that.
yeah, I was like a hairy monkey. Freaking hairy monkey. That's what it is. It's a monkey.
Put it on Manny as pantyhose.
They used to give me so much crap, guys, because I was like, we were all athletes. We were all like jocks in our own way. And if you know me or if you've seen me, I am not the girliest of girls, and I'm okay with that. And I like hoodies and jeans and all that. In high school, it was no different. And then it was like, hey, you want to go to prom? It's like, yeah. Oh, you know what was worse about that? The whole horrible thing about that was experience. My mom took me to JCPenney with, I forget who, one of our friends, and she made me buy a push-up bra. I was like, what the hell's a push-up
And
bra?
I know who that was.
Don't say it. It'll give you away.
I know, I'm not going to say it.
I was like, what's a push-up bra? I still don't understand the whole purpose of a push-up bra. Whatever.
You haven't had kids yet. Would you have kids? Yeah,
No,
you
no,
don't
no,
know
no.
what a
I
push-up
was
was.
14. I was like
Oh,
14 when
I
y'all took
know.
my ass to prom.
But you look so cute.
Whatever. I had ruffles on that dress. It was horrible. It was devastating.
But you look so cute, all
I'm
dressed
glad I
up with
looked
your hair
cute, but I was
down
not happy.
and makeup on. I know we had to drag you.
Yeah.
We had to drag you.
I get told I've got asked recently, would you wear a dress? I'm like, no, no, no. I feel like Marla Hooch from A League of Their Own. Remember Marla Hooch?
Yeah, I
They go
remember.
to etiquette classes, and she's just like so like, what is this? But
But you had fun.
I did have fun. We had a good little crew. So, Powerhouse, just stick with us, and I'm going to sign off with my listeners. So, guys, if you enjoyed the show, this podcast, like I said, subscribe, click the link down below, do all that fun stuff for YouTube, face space, all that craziness. And I'm hoping to get more people on to talk about their crazy stories, because that's what this platform is all about, because you got to know they're not alone. And that's why I love doing what I do. So, we appreciate you guys. We love you guys, and peace.
Peace.